Hello guys, welcome to my channel. How are you all doing? Hope all are doing good, yes? So in previous session we saw about RBI and its function, and as a continuation of that we'll see about monetary policy and some of the instruments of monetary policy in this session. Okay? What is monetary policy? We have already discussed this in our previous session. Still, we'll have a detailed view of it in this session. Okay. So, monetary policy is nothing but a policy that is framed by whom? RBI. And for what purpose? For two main reasons. Okay. One is maintaining price stability. That means not to create a situation of inflation, that is higher price, or deflation or lower price. Instead, maintaining a stable economic environment. Okay, and the second purpose is cash flow management. That means RBI is the one who decides how much money should be supplied inside our country to maintain a stable environment. Okay, so it directly depends on the factors like inflation, unemployment, and so many. So monetary policy is framed in such a way to maintain everything in a stable way. Okay. What is MPC? MPC is nothing but Monetary Policy Committee. Okay, it is a committee consisting of 6 members totally. 3 members from RBI of India and 3 members from Government of India. Okay, clear? Yes. Now let us understand about the instruments in monetary policy. So in order to achieve these objectives, that is maintaining stable economic environment, this monetary policy is classified into two types of instruments. One is quantitative and other is qualitative. Okay, the terms CRR, SLR, repo rate, reverse repo rate, MSF, bank rate, all these come under quantitative instruments. Okay, now we will see one by one. Okay, clear? Now let us understand the first term CRR, which is cash reserve ratio. I'll tell you in simple terms, okay? That is, these commercial banks, what it does means, it will have to maintain certain reserve with RBI. That is, RBI will fix a percentage, okay? Based on that percentage, this commercial bank will have to maintain funds with RBI, okay? Based on NDTL, which is net demand and time liability. Okay? Now I'll tell you with an example so you can understand it better. See, consider me as commercial bank. Okay, after all deposits and withdrawals by my customers, I'm left with 100 rupees. Okay, so 100 rupees only I have. Now what this RBI does, it fixes a percentage of 4 as CRR. So as a commercial bank, what will I have to do is take 4% of my money, which is 100 rupees. 4% of 100 is nothing but 4 rupees. I will have to give that 4 rupees as reserve to RBI, and the remaining 96 rupees only I can use for providing loans or as investments, whatever it is. Okay, so what this ensures is that banks will have minimum amount as reserve in RBI during the time of crisis. That is, when I am in need of funds and I don't have enough funds, I can use that money that I have reserved in RBI. You get my point? Yes, this is what CRR is. The CRR ratio is fixed by RBI only, so it changes from 3 to 20%. Okay, any percentage it can fix based on our economic situation. Okay, currently the CRR ratio is 4%. Okay, clear? Understand SLR. SLR is nothing but statutory liquidity ratio. It is quite similar to CRR. In CRR, the commercial bank will have to maintain as cash reserves with RBI. In SLR, it will have to maintain itself in the form of cash, gold, or some other liquid assets. That is, which can be easily converted to cash. Okay. So at present it is 18%. SLR rate is 18%. That is, suppose if I have 100 rupees as commercial bank, if I have 100 rupees, 18% of 100 is nothing but 18 rupees. That 18 rupees I have to keep separately in safe in the form of cash, gold, and liquid assets, whatever it is in total. Okay, get my point? Now let us understand the next important term, repo rate. I am sure you would have come across this word, repo rate. I'll tell you what it is. Banks at the time of shortage, it borrows money from RBI. okay, by keeping its securities. What RBI does, it lends money to banks with some interest rate. That rate is nothing but repo rate, okay. Now let us understand the use of repo rate. See, RBI what it does, if it increases this repo rate percentage, that is 10%. For example, I am telling you 10%. What these commercial banks will have to do, see, suppose I am getting 100 rupees from RBI. I will have to pay 10% of that 100 rupees. That is, in return, I will have to give it as 110 rupees. So that seems to be a big amount for me to pay to RBI. So what will I do? I will try to reduce borrowing from RBI. At the same time, from customer side, customer will try to reduce borrowing from commercial banks, right? So the supply of money will reduce. So in order to control inflation only, we have repo rate, okay? Currently, the repo rate is fixed as 4%, okay? Is reverse repo rate. It is just opposite of repo rate. So here RBI borrows money from commercial banks with interest rate by keeping its securities, okay. So what is the use of reverse repo rate means, it also have the same use of controlling inflation. That is, when there is more supply of money in the market, what this RBI does, it fixes interest rate, right? So in order to get that interest amount, commercial banks will show interest in providing money to this RBI, okay. So this is how it will control inflation rate, okay. Currently reverse repo rate is 3.35%, okay. Hope you are clear with the two terms, repo rate and reverse repo rate. Repo rate is also called as injection of liquidity. That is, it is supplying money to market, right? That is from RBI to commercial banks, from commercial banks to customers, right? So it is injection of liquidity. Whereas reverse repo rate is absorption of liquidity. That is, from customers, commercial banks get, from commercial banks RBI is getting. So it is absorption of liquidity, okay. So repo rate, in repo rate, banks get money from RBI for a period of 0 to 90 days. That is, within these days it will return the money, okay. Hope you. Next term is bank rate, okay. It is quite similar to repo rate, okay. The same process happens, but the difference is, there I told you 0 to 90 days within which the bank will return back money to RBI. Here it is for a long period of time, okay. At present the bank rate is 4.25%. I hope you are clear here. Repo rate, reverse repo rate is used for cash flow management. Similarly, there is a term called LAF, which is liquidity adjustment facility, which is a difference between repo and reverse repo rate, okay. That is also used for this cash flow management in order to maintain a stable environment. Now let us see the last term in quantitative instrument, which is MSF, which is marginal standing facility. I'll tell you with an example. Consider me as a commercial bank, okay. I have 100 rupees in hand and I have two customers coming to me and asking for money. One is asking for 60 rupees. So I already have 100 rupees in which I can give 60 rupees. And another is asking for 100 rupees, means I have only 40 rupees remaining, but I need to give him 100 rupees. But I am left with no money. So what I will do, as an emergency situation, I will request RBI to give me money, okay, with a higher interest rate. That is what is marginal standing facility. At the time of emergency, bank borrowing from RBI with high interest rate is nothing but MSF, which is marginal standing facility. Currently MSF is also 4.25%. I hope you are clear with all the quantitative instruments. Yes. Next is qualitative instruments. It is easy only, okay. Like we will have to follow RBI guidelines, and if we don't follow, they will have the right to take direct action on us. And then it speaks about moral suasion, which means according to certain rules we will have to act, okay. And it speaks about the changes in credit, that is the money supply in the market, and then the change in marginal requirement of loan. That is, suppose I need 100 rupees and I am keeping security for 100 rupees and I am getting only 80 rupees, means that all is covered in qualitative instruments. So I hope you are all clear with both quantitative and qualitative instruments and monetary policy. Be thorough with the current percentages of rates. Okay, so I hope you are clear with the concept. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for all the support given. Keep supporting. So thank you. Bye.